This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, July 28th. But the year was 1794. The French Revolution had begun with the support of Robespierre, who supported executing all those who did not support the revolution by means of the guillotine. It was on this day Robespierre and 22 other leaders of that terror of the guillotine himself was guillotined to the thunderous cheers in Paris, 1794. It was on this day, 1821, that Peru declares independence from Spain, 1821. It was on this day, 1858, that the first use of fingerprints as a means of identification is made by Sir William Herschel of the Indian Civil Service, 1858. It was on this day, 1868, that Secretary of State William Seward announces the 14th Amendment giving citizenship to ex-slaves. It was on this day, 1900. Hamburger, the first hamburger, was created by Louis Lessing in Connecticut, 1900. It was on this day, 1917, a silent parade organized by James Weldon Johnson of 10,000 African Americans march on Fifth Avenue in New York City to protest lynching, 1917. It was on this day, 1943, that President FDR announces the end of coffee rationing in the United States. It was on this day, 1945, the U.S. Senate ratifies the United Nations Charter. It was on this day, 1945, an elevator girl, Betty Lou Oliver, survives falling 75 stories after fog causes an airplane to crash into the Empire State Building, breaking the cables supporting the elevator that she was operating. This remains a world record for the longest survived elevator fall, 1945. It was on this day, 1951, Walt Disney's animated musical film, Alice in Wonderland, is released, 1951. It was on this day, 1954, On the Waterfront, starring Marlon Brando, is released, becomes the Academy Award Best Picture. It was on this day, 1960, Republican National Convention selects Richard Nixon as candidate for president, 1960. It was on this day, 1965, LBJ sends 50,000 more soldiers to Vietnam for a total of 125,000 soldiers, 1965. It was on this day, 1976, an earthquake in northern China, 8.2 magnitude, kills over 240,000 people, making it the largest loss of life from an earthquake in the 20th century. It was 1978. The price of gold tops $200 an ounce. Today, gold costs over $1,800 an ounce. It was on this day, 2017, that the U.S. Senate vote to repeal the Obamacare failed by one vote, that of John McCain from Arizona, who voted against. 2017. It was just a year ago, today, 2019, that Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, at the height of her popularity, is revealed as the first guest editor of the United Kingdom's edition of Vogue, the first time that would happen in 103 years. Shortly after that, she would announce she and her husband are moving to the United States. But that was July 28th. In the past, this is July 28th, 2020. 80% of older Americans say they cannot afford to retire, and the COVID-19 isn't helping. More than 25 million older Americans are self-described as financially insecure, living at or below the federal poverty line. Dr. Deborah Birx issued a grave warning on a phone call to hundreds of state and city leaders. The 11 cities that she refers to, Baltimore, Cleveland, Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis, Las Vegas, Miami, Minneapolis, Nashville, New Orleans, Pittsburgh, and St. Louis. Dr. Birx warned that these cities can expect an outbreak of the plague hitting what right now is focused in the Sun Belt, cities like Phoenix and San Antonio. They're now seeing that the virus is moving north, and she warned leaders of the 11 cities that they should take aggressive steps to stem their current outbreaks. Her warning came as the number of cases reported in the United States passed 4 million. Well, there's good news, bad news, frightening news. And behind it all is the good news that this is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, July 28th, 2020.